These are like the best things I've bought. This is $400. That's $100. These $1 clips are the best thing I've bought for this podcast.
Lifesavers. I only know banana clips.
Anyways, this is the beginning. Welcome to the new and improved Why I Am podcast, the podcast that gives good advice for bad people. I got it right that time. Robbie always say I don't get it right. By the way, this is my guest, Ralph. Which, hold on.
How you doing?
Change that. There you go. This is my guest, Ralph. That's his name. You want to see
it? Basically, we got the same birthday. We the same person.
I knew you like that. That's why I was like hiding it the whole time.
We the same person.
Oh my god. So, like I said, new set. We got signs, which is not. It's cool. It makes it look cool, but I mean, other than that, like
put some aesthetic in there.
Yeah, definitely. Are we recording?
I'm with it.
Hold on. We're still recording on the thing. Camera off. Fuck you mean camera off?
It ain't on.
Oh, now it turned off. Stupid. Anyway, there's going to be a jump in the video, but it don't matter.
Cool.
We're still started. I've been recording that for a hot minute now.
I'm with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all good, Rob. I know it's getting hot, dude. Rob didn't. He almost canceled me today, but he pulled through, so that's good. So let's start off how we always start off.
Okay, yeah. So my name's Rafmynameis, of course. How long do you think I've known you for, Reggie? I think I've known about you since middle school.
That's the best way to put it.
I've known about you since middle school.
How you know about me since middle school?
Because all the Asian people in our neighborhood. I lived in West Springwoods at the time.
All right.
I think it's called West Springwoods.
Joe, what's it called? Joe, what's your neighborhood called?
Woodbridge Point.
What's Springwoods?
West Springwoods is in Salem, actually.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I get it mixed up. Yeah, so I lived there for a little bit, and I mean, I'd see you.
Make
sure
you're
out.
Talking to the mic. Yeah,
I see you hanging around everybody. Yeah. You know, you're kind of a hard guy to not recognize.
That's true, I guess, because there's people who be recognizing me that I don't even know who the fuck they are.
Yeah.
And I feel bad. Oh, I don't know if I told you this, Joe, but back in TCC like 2 years ago, remember Ivan Cox? He recognized me, and I was like, he was like, Reggie. I was like, the fuck are you? He was like, it's Ivan. I was like, oh shit, Ivan Cox? He was like, yeah. I was like, dude, you look different. You look good. He was like, yeah, I do. I knew it was you. I was like, thanks. Maybe. I don't know. Like, is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? See, I don't remember. Only thing, see, everything this feels sometimes like with Raph is bad because the only thing I remember about him back in the day was his hair. That's why I'm pretty sure like 99% of people who talk to you, they say that.
That's
the hair.
That's what it is.
The hair, and like you were in football and like track and some other stuff. I just remember seeing you around the hallways. We didn't really talk back in the day.
Yeah.
Like I knew Julian more than I knew you, and I barely knew Julian.
Oh yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, see all the all the Asian events, dancing, wife fan.
I was never a wife fan, but yeah, I'm associated with them. Like
okay.
you. Hey, let me ask you something. So back in the day, like let's just say like 2011. 2011. In the morning, what would you do?
In the morning?
Yeah, during high school.
It depends on what time I got there.
So let's say you just got there like on time.
On time, I'm going to class.
That's it?
I mean, I would usually just walk straight to class or like put my like after school stuff in my locker in the locker room.
The only reason I'm asking is because like back in the day, me and Joe and all the Asian kids, we would always be in that back right corner. Like we would literally occupy the whole corner. We'd just be standing in a fucking circle.
Are you talking about in the commons? Like in the commons area?
No. In the hallways.
Oh,
in the hallways.
okay.
So if we're going down, you pass the library, you go in the right hallway, bottom floor.
Yeah.
All the way in the back. We'd always be just
be there
in the corner. Like people would have to go around us to get through that corner. It's so funny because that was
loiterers.
That was known as like, well, someone called it Chinatown, but that was messed up. it was like the Asian corner, like for a hot minute. I don't know who called it Chinatown.
That's funny.
High school was messed up.
I would have reported y'all immediately.
Why?
Had I seen that. Trying to get to class. Y'all deterring me from my objective.
Oh my
I
god.
get these guys out.
So like in yeah, we said you played football, right? Is that the only thing you played during like when you were a kid?
Nah, growing up, well, I started playing football maybe when I was 7 or 6, really early, flag football. It was really fun. What kid doesn't like getting chased around?
I don't like getting chased around.
I played soccer a lot. Soccer was fun. I don't know why I stopped playing soccer.
Yeah, I said the same thing too because I played soccer probably since I was 7 up until I was like 11 or 12.
Oh, word, yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
what the heck?
They always wanted me to play football because like I was bigger
Uh-huh.
and like I was like 5'6" in like 5th grade, so I was bigger than most of the 5th graders.
Yeah. And I didn't know, but soccer is really actually like physical. It's a real physical sport.
Yeah.
Back when I was growing up, I didn't know that until I seen like high school games.
That's why my dad used to get mad at me because he was like, "How come you want to play soccer but you don't want to play football? There's more running in soccer." I'm like, "I'm the goalie. I don't have to run."
Yeah. That's funny.
But they didn't make me run like because I had the best kick at the time, so I did all the corner kicks, I did all the goal kicks, I did all the wall kicks. Like I got a couple of goals going over the wall. It's scary as shit. I used to be pretty decent. I wasn't that good, but I was just good at kicking and blocking.
Yeah, I don't think I was ever serious about it. The only time I got serious was my dad was like, "Hey, you get 5-6 goals, I'll get you a video game."
Damn.
I said, bet, okay.
Yo, 5-6 goals in one game is pretty hard though.
I mean, they didn't have a goalie at the time, and I was a lot faster than a lot of the kids. So
Wait, you played in those leagues where you didn't have goalies?
I got my video game. Yeah. Well, I think it was starting off. It was like 7 or 8 or some shit like that.
Oh, right.
Oh, is this? Can I cuss?
Yeah, you can cuss.
Okay. Fuck.
There you go.
There you go. Yeah, all right.
It's PG-13
Let you
now.
know. You know.
You can fucking cuss. It's all good.
My bad. It's just, okay.
No, but like, dude, I remember playing soccer and like growing up, and I was always told like to do football because like I was bigger, and I was like, I don't know why, but like I never wanted to do it. But it's not like I hate football.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just weird. I have this thing where like I don't want to do things people tell me to do because they can see me doing it.
Oh. Okay.
You know, like my like I used to want to be a doctor like a hot minute like back in the elementary school, and then my dad. I think I told this story on the podcast before, but like my dad, like he made me do extra work outside of school. So I was writing essays for him about the heart and organs.
Oh man.
And then
Nope.
4th grade came around and I was like, yeah, I don't want to be a doctor anymore.
That would kill my motivation to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. I mean, with football, I kind of got thrown into it at a young age. I liked it because it was flag football. But say like 6th grade comes around, I started doing tackle football. I hated it so much. Like I hated getting hit or like hating trying to make contact with people. I was such a little biatch.
You played RB, right?
But yeah, wide receiver, safety, corner,
Oh, okay.
all that stuff.
They wanted me to play center, and I was like, fuck no, especially not. Especially not. No, I'm good.
Center's kind of fun though.
I don't like it, man. You're just pushing someone on there.
I had to play center because nobody knew how to long snap.
All right.
Like I don't like our middle school, high school team, so it's like small ass dudes snapping the ball.
Wait, where'd you go, Brandon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, see, I don't even remember you in Brandon. That's why it was interesting. You said you remember me in middle school. I was like, I don't remember middle school.
Yeah.
Dude.
Well, I also hung around Ian Evangelista, Kenneth Tabbing.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know.
Yeah, I know them.
Yeah.
That's crazy, dude. Like,
Small world.
it is a small world because, like, we really didn't start hanging out until, like, maybe, like, a year or 2 ago or 3 years ago, maybe. Like, I saw you around, saw you at parties, saw you at...
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, I think what it was is when I came back from tech, I went to TCC and everybody was at the table. And at that time, I think we all had PS4s and
That's what it was.
Started linking, stuff like that.
I forgot you went to tech, dude.
Yeah, I wish I could forget.
Yeah. We don't have to talk about that.
I mean, it's cool. No, I made a lot of good friends there. A lot of good friends.
You were there for what, like a year?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I still talk to a lot of people that I hung out with.
Dude, I hate that area over there at tech. There's like nothing there.
Yeah, there's a lot of hate that goes around there.
It's the mountains, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Those mountains bring hate.
Yeah.
There's all three of those schools in there, like Radford, Tech. Then you go up farther, it's like UVA, and then like.
I mean, Radford's not that bad. There's definitely more friendly people.
It's definitely more parties there. Yeah.
Yeah. That as well.
We used to have friends who would go all the way to Radford just for a party. Like.
That's a little OD.
Yeah, that's hella OD.
It's a little OD.
That's far.
Unless it's like someone's birthday.
Nah, fuck that. I don't even like going to VCU just for parties. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, that's a stretch.
Like, who does that?
Well, I can't say anything. I go there for raves and stuff.
You and Joe going to DC for
yeah, right. Yeah, I'm about to get it in.
With Joe. I mean, y'all got what, one hotel room?
Well, I'm not actually staying with them. I think Joe's staying in the hotel room with a couple people. I'm staying at my friend's cousin's house an hour away.
Oh, damn.
For the freebie. Yes. Can't turn that down.
Wait, who are you riding with? Are you driving yourself?
I'm riding with, it's Julian's taking his van. So I'm riding with Julian, his girlfriend's friend.
Some other people.
Yeah, Derek and Lou Jean. Yeah.
Dude, that's like, I don't know. I thought about going, but the only reason I thought about going is because Norris kind of made me feel bad when he was like, what, you're not going? I was like, dude, I don't do this all the time, man. You just happened to be there that one time I went.
A rare occasion.
Yeah. I gotta like the people, man. Like, I gotta like the artists.
And like, he just decided to go like last week.
Last week after, he was like, I don't even care who's playing. He was like,
it's sold out now. So it's going to be a big show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of Asian girls in bikinis and pasties.
I guess I'm going there to mosh.
Yeah.
Get some stuff off my chest.
That's why I like that's why I like doing too. I just be pushing the shit out of people in mosh pits, dude. It's pretty fun. Dude, at Snails, the Wall of Death was kind of weak. I thought we were really going to like go
It was. Yeah, it was. The people moshing were like,
I think they got scared.
9 or 10 people.
Yeah. I thought it was going to be more people. That would have been fun as shit.
A couple times I went through the whole people moshing and no one touched me. So I was like, man, let me just get out. I'm tired. It's hot. Y'all are sweaty.
They kept touching me, all the bigger people with like the arms. They kept like, oh, he's big. We can push him. Like, nah, bitch, stop pushing me, man. Nah. Like, don't touch me, dude. It's so dumb, dude. Oh my god, fucking yeah. You and Joe are going. Actually, just a lot of you guys going to DC right now.
We got a lot of different teams going.
Yeah, that's the funniest thing you say teams because that's how it is. That's literally how it is. It's like a lot of people going to one place and meeting up.
Yeah,
I was actually talking to like Joe
fun
and Ray about that too, about like how EDM music and like techno and stuff like that and raves have changed from back in the day. Because I showed them like old videos, like old raves, and it's literally like MegaCon rave, like like in a small club, like and stuff like that. Definitely a little bit different.
Well, I want to say it changed because I mean,
I think it changed.
The concept's still there. It's just
no, that's what I mean. Like it changed in that way. Like not like the concept's pretty much still the same thing. There's I mean, right now there's a lot more. I feel like there's a lot more people getting into like other stuff other than just gloving and shuffling. Like they're getting into like what's her face does the whip.
Oh yeah, the whips and like you seen that pole with the fire.
Yeah, I think it's crazy where it like floats.
Yeah.
I was like,
that's pretty cool. I saw that.
It's like I know how you do it, but it's still weird. It's still.
Have you seen a good hula hooper?
Yeah, that's what I was about to talk to you about.
They are
the hula hoopers are good.
I saw one chick at Hijinks. She was killing it.
Yeah, they make their own hoops and everything.
Yeah, like I almost gave her $1. She was really good.
Should have gave her $1. Yeah, that's one thing like that kind of translates from back then to now is those people who do that, and they're all still pretty much the same people.
Yeah,
like especially the Glovers and stuff like that. Like I was about to talk about that too because that's one of my vivid memories from back in the day. Like when I went to this rave in like 2010, it was just like all these girls hula hooping, but they're all good as fuck.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I mean? That's why I mean, gloving's cool, but it kind of gets old because you'll see like 5 or 6 different people who glove at each rave.
Yeah.
You'll see maybe one chick who whips and then another chick. You don't see hula hoopers anymore, except for like they're always the older people.
Yeah, it's usually at festivals they'll go like to smaller shows like how me and Joe are going to. They won't really bring their stuff.
That's a small show. What you and Joe are going to?
I mean, it's at like one like Norva-sized venue. So there's not going to be as much room to do what everybody wants to do.
That's true. I don't know. I think festivals kind of changed the game because like people go all that. Because like when I was talking about like back when I used to go, it was like clubs.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the size of my fucking room.
Yeah.
Like this big. Like someone's wearing a My Little Pony t-shirt. And like, yeah, no, I'm serious.
Tails
though. Like,
everywhere.
yeah, tails, straight tails. Like it's crazy. But I mean, there were still cool people that still lived that life, like Plurge, stuff like that.
Yeah.
They did the candy stuff too. It was just more. It seemed a little more casual, but still at that same energy with the music. And I mean, there's still people tripping and whatnot.
Yeah.
But now it seems like it's like an event. No matter the show, no matter if it's a festival or if it's a show.
Okay, yeah.
See what I'm trying to say? Like the energy is a little bit different.
Yeah, I just feel like it reached a lot more. Like it broadened its range of people that it reached,
Yeah,
and because the music definitely changed.
Yeah.
And then people have been more exposed to it.
That's
and
true.
then like people's friends like, hey, go check this out, do this, do that.
Well, in that comparison, then like, you know how like in hip hop, there's these old heads and there's these new heads.
Oh, yep.
See what comparison I'm trying to get to
yeah.
now? It's like now that it's been broadened, do you think it got better or do you think it got? I don't want to say worse because I mean that's kind of subjective.
Yeah.
But did you think like there's definitely a reason why people like don't like it now versus back then? Same thing with hip hop. Same thing because in my opinion, let me answer first. In my opinion, hip hop kind of like I feel like it brought more people in, but it's see this is the problem because it's like do you resist change or do you keep with what's going on? Because to me I prefer like 90s hip hop, like all MC style stuff, and it's not really just about getting lit. And like stuff. It's more of the lyrics.
Yeah, I feel you on that. Well, it has changed definitely. To say for the better, it's kind of hard to say because there's another generation after us that I guess appreciates all the new hip hop artists out. I mean, which is cool. I mean, I guess that's what they listen to. I don't prefer it personally, just because I like the lyricists, stuff like that. But then
it's hard to say
what they listen to. I mean, I kind of wouldn't put it in the same category as hip hop because hip hop has its own feel, its own like like its
groove,
criteria that it sets into. Where like soundcard rappers, they're just rappers,
right? And
basically making money off their producers because the beats be hitting,
right?
That's a tough one.
My only problem with hip hop nowadays is like most of the beats kind of sound the same. There's not, and it's not even resampling from older beats like what they used to do. It's just literally the same person making those types of beats. Because you ever look those up like this type beat?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but then
time.
They all sound the same. They're different in each of their own, but they are the same.
Yeah.
Instead of like before, like you could have. This is not. I guess it's not really that true because Wu-Tang's all their albums. They're not really the same, but like you still have that same type beat. But there are some artists before who would like have like an album, but most of his songs sound different.
Okay.
Like to me, that's why I like old Kanye because he had songs where he sang. He had songs that were soft. He had songs that were hard, but the beats weren't all the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, for real, I think the only people that would be carrying on like the older legacy of hip hop that the old heads would appreciate would be like the bigger rappers like Cole,
right?
Nas.
There's not a lot of people that don't like Cole, but I mean I like him.
Yeah, I don't get that personally. I don't see why people wouldn't like him.
Yeah,
maybe because they say he's boring, but then like
that's fine. You can think he's boring, but that doesn't make him not likable. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. I would throw Kendrick in, saying he's carrying on some good hip hop because
he won a Peace Prize for a Pulitzer Prize, one of those.
Yeah, Pulitzer's one.
Yeah, and then he got inducted in like this. There's I can't remember what college, but they're keeping all these albums like on data.
Oh, really?
Like in a vault for like the next.
That I did not know.
I think To Pimp a Butterfly got in there.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
it was great. That's one of my favorite albums.
But see how like that comparison from hip hop. Like, do you think that happened with like EDM music too, like electric music in general?
Well, shoot.
And I'll give my answer after yours.
Well, okay, so I definitely didn't start Well, I definitely listened to dubstep back
Right.
in the day, just because it was hype, and I listened to it like before, like sports events and stuff. Um, so I didn't dabble in it as much as I do now.
Right. I mean, that's
really
fair.
to really give an accurate
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
judgment on if it changed or not.
Well, like
I know
to me, like
sounds kind of like a cop out. I'm sorry.
no, that's fair because you said what you want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so what this is all about. It's like, how do you think? You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, honestly, I think it got better. Yeah, I know that's weird hearing me say that, but it did because like it used to be like I do prefer the music from back in the day because
Mhm.
that's what I'm used to. But in terms of like having, I guess any like what am I trying to say?
Variety.
Like, no, not necessarily variety. Like a structure to the
Okay.
songs.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely way more structure now than before.
Okay.
Because I think back in the day it used to be really experimental and everyone had to like
Yeah.
find their own
okay.
shit. You see
I
what I'm
know you're
saying?
talking about, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But I mean, but the only problem with structure is kind of like not everything sounds the same. So it's like where's the trade off?
That's when the artists got to come in and put their own flavor
Yeah, that's
to their
true.
songs.
Which is still why I fuck with dubstep because dubstep, like, I mean, everyone knows there's gonna be wobbles and everyone knows there's
Yeah.
gonna be like
Wubs.
yeah, there's
everywhere.
gonna be wubs. Yeah. But it's still I don't know, with dubstep is still so attractive because if you're a good artist, it's not about how do you change it up and so people don't know. It's like how do you structure the drop? How do you
Mhm.
pull the build up? Is the drop gonna be actually good instead of fucking disappointing as hell? Like
Yeah.
most of the time they don't know.
yeah. There's a lot of thought going into to producing stuff like that. People don't really
Yeah, think
take
about
into
it.
account.
Yeah.
People like Jake's like, yeah, they just go up there and press play. It's like,
You gotta understand Jake though. Like he used to DJ. His dad is a producer.
Oh yeah,
Well,
yeah.
not really. Well, I guess he is a producer. He has his own studio, like with a big ass 12-foot board, and like yeah, it's legit. Like
Dang.
Uncle Marvin used to have his own space rented out because people would go to him to record and like
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So
It's pretty dope.
his dad DJ'd before his whole family. They all DJ. Like they're all
Dang.
good at it too. They're scratching. You ever seen Jake scratch?
No.
He's pretty good.
Really?
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just like making noise. He actually knows what each movement will do and what kind of sound will come out.
Jake's like a hidden DJ.
Yeah.
We don't know about. We gotta get on.
Yeah,
him.
because me and Joe
gotta get
know
on
we grew up with him, and that's what he did before. Like, and that was just him just messing around. That's why Jake has that assumption. Like, they kind of just press play, which is like, see, this is my problem with like live performances nowadays because I don't know. Like, even me seeing a hip hop DJ, I don't know how I'd feel about that if they're not scratching the whole time because they're not really performing.
Yeah.
They're
Okay.
just playing music. Like, I think that's why Jake makes that generalization to
Yeah,
music.
yeah. I mean, that's what I thought too. But then I went to see Millennium,
Yeah.
and the first thing Millennium did when he came out, well, he had some fire come up, but then he was there playing the guitar, and when he was playing the guitar, I think he recorded it then.
Yeah, see, I like
Played
people
it
like
back
that.
played it back into the song.
They do reloops.
Yeah,
those are
mhm.
pretty dope. I like when
Yeah,
people do that.
he's a really good performer. If you ever get a chance to see Millennium, his songs are amazing. It's great. You should see him. He does live performances. He plays the war drums, and then
Yeah,
play
see,
the
that's
actual
dope
drums.
when people bring their own.
Yeah,
But I've seen people come up with just their like this.
Yep.
They come up with this,
Yep.
like just this DJ controller, and then I mean it's cool. They're probably still playing with the pads and everything, but other than that, it's like
Mhm.
I like seeing live music mixed in with live music.
yeah.
Because I saw who was it? Oh my god, why am I blanking now?
They're black or white. What's the last name start with?
Oh,
First name start with. What kind of music do they play?
Odessa.
John
Jesus
Legend.
Christ.
Oh,
I saw Odessa and he was good. He was really good. But it wasn't just because of the show or nothing like that.
Uh-huh.
It was like he actually first of all, his deck is huge. It was like this. Yeah, his deck's huge.
Hey.
But he had some other stuff. So he was really messing with everything live. It wasn't just like a reloop and then he added like a drum pad and was beating over it into
Ooh,
a
okay.
transition. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
So-
I haven't been blessed by Dozy yet.
Yeah. I like those live performances that they actually perform.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's
Yeah,
why
yeah, of
Jake
course.
makes those generalizations that Because sometimes
I
when
mean, no, it's got truth behind it.
some of it, yeah, some DJs, some people who perform. Because I've seen people like I can honestly, if I can if I took some EDM songs, I can mix it like pretty easily. Like compared to if I tried to, well, unless with BPM wise, if it's like high BPM versus like a low, like beats per minute, like how fast it is. And,
Yeah.
So I don't know. Like that's probably why Jake makes stuff like that. Well, that was a long tangent.
Shout out Jake. We have the same birthday.
Why did you start saying that? Just because you guys started working together?
Nah, we're both Taurus. So I'm like, yo, Jake, we might as well just have the same birthday. You know, we're both Taurus. He's like, no. I was like, you want to hear a horoscope? He's like, no. I'm going to tell you anyways.
You do that every time we get on Discord now.
Yeah, he hates me. I love it.
He don't hate you. Just sending you a message.
Maybe later.
No, but like, so that's probably the next thing I wanted to get into too, that I told you about, was like gaming and stuff like that.
Okay, yeah.
So like, what was the first like game that you got?
Ooh.
And game console?
Well, I think, okay, so the first console I had in my house was my brother's, and that was a Nintendo 64. On it, we had Super Smash Brothers, Mario 64.
Yeah.
Is that thing? I think that's what it's called.
Yeah, the one with the different.
Yeah.
levels.
We had Golden Eye.
Yeah, GoldenEye.
I think. I mean, that's all I can remember off the top of my head.
Right.
But yeah, that kind of held me down. Smash Bros was only fun when I had friends to play with.
Right.
I played the crap out of GoldenEye just because I would just play through the levels, do whatever. Mario 64, that took like hours out of my life. And I don't regret it at all. Amazing.
Dang, I think like the first console I got was a PS1, I think. I remember playing with the N64, but I don't actually remember having it. Yeah,
oh, that's
which is
weird. Yeah.
Because like I remember playing Banjo-Kazooie like all the time.
Oh, yeah, that's one of them too. Yeah.
But I don't think I actually had one. The first one I remember is a PS1, and it was like after it came out. I had the Slim.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah,
like,
cool.
My parents wrapped it in newspaper, and I was like, all right.
Hey,
Yeah.
that is what it do.
I was like first grade, like 2001.
Okay.
Yeah. And then what's so fucked up is I don't remember any games I played on it at all. I just remember having
wow.
it. Yeah. See, gaming to me didn't really start being big until like Modern Warfare 2. Like, I mean, I remember playing Kingdom Hearts, but that's like the only game I had for a PS2.
Yeah. Okay.
And like, that's the only reason why I got a PS3 was for Kingdom Hearts, which it never came out on.
Okay.
And then Jake was like, "Oh, like this is when me and Jake reconnected as friends because I moved to Georgia." And I was he was like, "Oh, I got a PS3 too. You know, add me." I added him. He was like, "We play Modern Warfare 2," and then that's how I reconnected with Joe and like everyone. Like, that's brought me back into the whole gaming thing with everyone.
Full circle with this new Call of Duty out.
Yeah, which is why we got it. This is exactly why I got it, because I was like, dude, this is gonna be like before. It's like it's kind of the same thing. I mean, then again, we just all in Discord for no reason, no matter what now, like every day.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw. Oh no, the Norris episode just released like an hour ago.
I did see that earlier today that it was going to be released.
Yeah.
I didn't get to see it.
We were talking about that because there was a big impact on Norris when Discord came out. Because like when we started doing our Discord like pretty religiously, because he's like saying like how where he's at, he doesn't really talk to anyone and stuff like that. So he's like, it's just so nice to come home and just hop straight on Discord and like
talk to people. Yeah,
talk to people.
That's so true though. No, yeah, that's so true.
Yeah, like if I had to say anything, like Discord is probably one of the purest like social medias out there.
I wouldn't say purist. You can see some of them servers out there.
No. That's not what I meant. I meant like in terms of interaction.
Yeah, definitely.
Because there's like no airs being put on because everyone's it's kind of like it's too fast to lie about like, the way Instagram does, like and stuff like that. It's not really staged.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It would have to be a personality thing, and then we're pretty all good about just being relaxed and ourselves.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Sometimes.
I've been bringing the biggest like concepts into something as small as fucking Discord.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh man, I didn't know we were talking about Discord like this. But I mean, it's cool. We'll have 12, 15 people in there at one time. Everyone yelling over everybody. That's the only time it gets kind of hectic.
Dude, you know what's the funniest part is like everyone knows to like everyone else is in there. Be like, yeah, when some people are playing fucking League of Legends, we're playing Call of Duty. We're like, all right, to the top. He's on top. No, that's Call of Duty. On top. But it's like everyone kind of knows everyone's voice, so we all know which games who's playing
exactly.
what. It's pretty interesting the way that works because we have plenty of other voice chats. We just don't use it. Yeah, we all in the same general chat. We'll even be in Apex, and we haven't played that game in like a year. It's like
for real.
It's insane because it's like it makes me think, why does everyone really like go in there? Because before I just used to use it just for literally just for the game.
Yeah,
like, that was it. Because we used to play pub and
now I'll be in there cleaning my room or like just chilling at home.
Like Jake goes in there, he's just watching YouTube.
Jake will join his own group chat.
Jake,
and ask why we aren't talking
to him. He's been redoing that a lot lately. He's been going into his own voice chat. He's just letting people know he's on, but he's not on.
In his defense, he said, "How come y'all don't join my chat? You want all 11 of us to go into your chat?"
Well, we already had this chat going for hours.
Exactly.
I gotta get him on too eventually. I don't know what we're talking about. That's the problem too. It's like it's kind of hard to find things to talk about with different people. Like that's why I had to give you like topics. Like I gave topics to pretty much everyone though, but we usually don't follow it because we just keep going and talking about whatever.
Yeah.
And shit. Mm-hmm. Like it's so interesting with the Discord thing because like it really established all these relationships that we wouldn't have without Discord. Because like I said, like we knew each other, but we didn't really hang out or anything like that.
Yeah, and then
before that,
and then when everyone moved to PC and I was like still on PS4, I was like, yo, I'm so lonely. I can't talk to Emerson every day. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm glad I made that switch to PC.
Yeah, and that's the weird thing too about like creating these relationships and stuff between people, and it's like. I don't know about you, but for me, like after high school and after like, well, I'm still in college, but like everyone else that was our age is already out of college or they're not in college anymore or whatever. Or they're off in some college in like California or some shit. Because that's a cool thing to do. But like, it kind of got harder to like realize what kind of relationship you have with people. Like, because like, I don't know about you and your coworkers, but like, let's say like me and my college friends. They're not really my friends. They're just people I see at fucking school every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, we're cool. I have their phone numbers. But literally, I can look at my text, and the last time I talked to this dude was the last day of semester. And you know what I mean? Like, it's just weird. Like, I mean, do you have that problem of, like, finding how to establish relationships with people, whether it's not to coworkers and stuff like that?
Oh,
I know it's a big switch from Discord to relationships.
I mean, for real, if it's natural and I'm naturally drawn to you or we naturally get along, then of course I'm gonna be like, hey, we try something new sometime. Like we always do this. Like we'll always see each other at work. Why don't we go get food or we'll go to a show or you can add me on Discord and stuff. We can talk, play games.
So it's as long as yours is more about feel, which is like I feel like that's what I am too. Mm-hmm. But like, my thing is like, I feel like a lot of people's views right now is all not really about feel of the relationship. It's more about situational.
Yeah.
People would treat people depending on the situation versus how it feels with them. Like I've seen this happen before, but like people at work, they'll have like this best friend at work solely because they want the work to go by like faster. Yeah. Like they don't want to think about work. So they'll create these relationships with people and pretend like they're really close. And then the minute they leave or the other person leaves, they don't talk to them ever again. They don't really hit each other up. Even though it's like agreed.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're still going to keep in communication. But then it's like, I don't know, we just fell off.
Yeah, that sounds a lot like when I was working at Panera and I left. I still talk to some people, but it's
like not the same, right?
It's definitely not the same. We all used to go to parties. just party together.
That's
But
what I'm
now it's
talking
like-
about with like the whole establishing relationship type thing. It's
Yeah,
like,
it's more of the proximity thing.
yeah, and I've been like about myself is like I've been trying to change that. Well, actually, not that I'm trying to change it. I've never actually really done that. Have
Mhm.
people close to me just because they're physically close to me.
Yeah.
Because at the same time, like that's why I was like I'm trying to connect it back to a Discord thing. Because most of the time we don't see each other every day. If
Mhm.
not, we don't even see each other once a week. Sometimes we don't even see each other a whole month. Like fucking Jairus has been gone. Like, I mean, I saw him the other day, but before that, we really didn't see him since like October or something.
Yeah.
But we still talk to him every day.
Yeah.
And,
It's just
like
weird.
that's the whole thing about like relationships is why if you look down your list, even though you're not looking at it, the next thing we're going to talk about is communication. And that I think that's how it ties back into relationships. Like it's so weird, and not even relationships like see how I said relationships, but we're not even talking about like you being with
Yeah.
some chick.
Yeah.
That'd be too easy. That's why I don't want to talk about that. It'd be way too easy to talk about that.
Oh, snap, brother.
But like with the communications, it's so weird because I feel like everyone, well not everyone, but most people establish the way they communicate based on which relationship they have with someone. But then that's why I go back to like the whole what is your relationship based off of? And we even said like sometimes it's just proximity.
Mm-hmm.
So isn't that a weird way to establish which way you're going to communicate with someone based off of this this label that you put on this person just because
Yeah.
of this small moment or
The
reason.
small moments you have throughout the week at
yeah,
work.
see that's so weird, right? When you think about it
Yeah.
like that. But that's the stuff that people do all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you always hear people like, well, yeah, you know, it's like that, blah, blah, blah. But I also have this one friend, we don't talk a lot, but we're still best friends and whatever.
Mhm.
Like, why don't you chase that feeling versus this small because you don't want to be alone? You know what I mean?
Yeah, never really thought about it like that.
Yeah, I'll be thinking, man. That's what I'm telling you. Like, I'll be up at like 4 a.m. Like, that's not what I think about. But it's just like,
yeah, it is. Yeah,
No,
it
it's
is.
it's just like to the way I think. This is the type of
Mhm.
it's like I'm not gonna just do this because that's like if I move or whatever, it's like that doesn't
Yeah.
and that's not even worth it to me. It's like that's a lot of time, that's a lot of money, that's
Mhm.
a lot of I could be doing other stuff, but then like the whole thing about like I said with the communication, it's like all based off this one label that comes from a small meaning versus having a bigger meaning that can give you a better relationship, that can give you better communication if that's how you base your communication.
I mean, well, usually with friends, like everybody on Discord and I guess people I talk to like from Virginia Tech and stuff. I know our friendships are still solid, even though I don't talk to them
Right.
like on a daily, weekly, even monthly basis. I talk to one of my best friends. I might talk to him like once every 3 or 4 months, and we're still cool.
But
We're
that's
still-
that's exactly what I'm talking about. It's like that way of communicating is still decent.
Yeah,
It's still good. It's still
Mhm.
better than someone you might see every day.
yeah,
And see, to me, it's like a triangle. It's a weird triangle of things of like, this affects this, this affects this.
because at work, I definitely don't talk to everybody. Oh, I mean, if I do, it's solely about work.
Right.
Mainly because I need to get better at my job. But
That's fair.
yeah, I don't want to. I mean, I guess get to know people if I don't really.
Have to.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, I mean, like I said, like, because you said you did a whole about the natural feeling type of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, it's cool, but like, what was I trying to say? I'm just trying to open up your mind to more things that I've noticed. Like I was saying, like, about the whole thing about like people's communication is based off what their relationship was with people.
Mhm.
I feel like our group of friends don't do that. And like, you're not someone who does that. Like, you kind of just, you communicate based off of who you are versus the type, who you're talking to. I mean, you
Okay.
do, everyone kind of changes how they talk to a certain person based on the personality,
Yeah.
but not like the intention or the content behind it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's kind of one thing I noticed about other people and a lot of people is like sometimes they might not even know because they're so used to this regime that we're so used to every day where it's like, you got to be this way, you got to be that way. And then they end up just not noticing that they do that to people. Like, obviously, if you're at work, see, like the way I think about it is like the training comes from if you're at work, you're going to talk to a customer a certain way because they're a customer. And then that gets like instilled in people's head. And then now I'm going to talk to you this way because you're technically my best friend. I'm going to talk to you this way because technically you're my brother. I'm going to talk to you this way because technically you're my mom. Instead of just talking to everyone how you would talk to them because you're you instead of who that person is to you.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of like the difference in like home life and like what you do outside of home.
Yeah.
It's kind of like you have these different personas you take on, either whether you're talking to someone like a customer, if you're talking to one of your friends, talking to your parents.
Yeah. But my thing I'm trying to say is like, I feel like we're in this weird space now, especially with our age, like mid-20s. Those personas are starting to blend. And which one do you use more time-wise out of the week? You definitely use your customer service, right?
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not talking about you and me specifically, but I'm just talking about people in general. If they're so used to using that persona throughout the whole week and they start being accustomed to it, what makes them not use that to their outside life of work?
Oh, I mean, that's because work is work.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say is like people I feel like people don't realize that it is bleeding into their personal life. That type of thinking of like, talk to like this because of this. That's what I'm trying to say. This is the real Why I Am podcast. It's like you got to think a little deeper. Like,
yeah,
you see what I'm trying to say? Like, cause you ever seen those people? Like, let's bring it back a little bit. You ever seen those people? Like, they'll have like these best friends. Like, they're not really best friends. It's just like they start hanging out with them a lot recently. So all of a sudden they're their best friend, and then it's like secretly like they're talking shit about them too. They're like, man, I don't like it when this. But then when they see them, they're gonna talk a different way.
Yeah,
it's not really so much nowadays because we're not in high school anymore. But
yeah, I mean that's kind of subjective to the person. Because I know when I talk to people, I'll talk to them.
See, it's kind of hard to imagine.
I'm really nervous when I first talk to people and I don't know them for real. Like if it's my first time meeting you, I probably wouldn't be here. But
No, I understand what you're saying. I know it's a big concept. I'm not really trying to get an answer from you. I'm kind of more just like here to talk to you about it. So
yeah, I get that.
Because like, I mean, that's just something I noticed. Is like, that's what I mean by like the whole like. I would say you won't do it, even though I'm not the one that should be judging everyone. I would say you don't do it, and the reason like it's hard, kind of weird to imagine it for you, is because you do just talk to people like you, no matter who the person is. Because I've seen it, I've heard it.
Oh yeah,
you're just you. It's just, but what I'm trying to call attention to right now is kind of like there's a lot of people that don't do that.
Yeah, it could be how they were raised.
I mean, I have no idea why. It could be a multitude, a slew of, however. But it's just like,
and your goal is to have them up here, telling you why.
Exactly. See, there you got it. You got it. But it's just like, I mean, it's not really that. It's more just like to have people look not only into themselves, but look outside too. Because there's like with the people that I've talked to before, like I've talked to a lot of people. Like I used to help a lot of people out in high school, like emotional shit. I don't know why I was just that guy.
Guru.
Yeah, pretty much. I don't like, someone called me that before. I didn't like it. But like, yeah, because I used to, like, I'd literally talk to friends, because they're like, hey, this girl or this person needs your advice. I was like, do I know this person? No. I guess I could talk to them for you. Like, I mean, I don't know what it's going to do.
Start charging.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but And like the thing about people that I've noticed is like they either like if I had to say myself, I'm looking into myself too much.
Mm-hmm.
See, now that I know that, like I've never tried to just like accept that. I try to like, okay, well, I need to be more introspective. Like I need to look out more
Mm-hmm.
for other people and stuff like that, which is why I am the way I am.
Yeah.
And that's why people
Yeah.
say like, you need to like. For me, they always tell me like I need to be more selfish, stuff like that. And I'm like, that's literally what I'm doing. They're based off what I'm thinking. You know what I mean?
Oh, because you like talking to people and helping people out. The more you do it, but then
it's like a self-fulfillment thing that's not theoretically a self-fulfillment.
Yeah, of course.
And what I was trying to say was like, it's either people look into themselves too much or they don't. They care about what other people think too much.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not really about, oh, one's better than the other one. It's more about like, how are you trying to balance that out?
Mm-hmm.
And the thing that kind of bugs me a lot too, I don't know if you met people like this, is they'll be like, oh yeah, I know I'm like this. Like they'll be like, oh, I know I'm an asshole. It's like, okay, are you trying not to be an asshole, or like,
yeah,
what are you doing for that, dude? Like, what medicine are you taking or whatever? Like, and that's my biggest thing with people nowadays is like, what are you doing to correct that? I feel like a lot of people don't think about their personality and the way they think and the way they are. Like you said, the tracking down what happened or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I really don't show my personality at first.
Yeah, I know.
It's really, I really have to warm up to people before I start, like, because I'm weird. Y'all know I'm weird.
Yeah, I mean, that's why we hang out.
I get weird. Yeah. I mean, it's partly because I don't want them to be like, yo, this guy's like a nutcase or something like that. Or he's got some problems.
Yeah. I don't give a fuck anymore.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays I'm like, well, it's me. It's either you like me or you don't like me.
Yeah.
Take it at face value. Yeah, and then if people don't really like me, then that's really their problem.
Right. It's just more like if they don't like me, what are they gonna do?
Yeah.
If they don't do nothing, then it's whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, it doesn't really matter to me. We don't have to speak.
Yeah. And
like,
yeah, I know this is like just big brain shits that I'm coming out with, but it's just like, I wanted to see what you thought. And I mean, I feel like everything you said has pretty much summed it up pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you, but like, especially what you said about the whole, like, if you don't like me, then it's whatever thing. Like,
yeah,
it's just weird because I see people like our age still, or like not even our age, just like older than us, still care about stuff that doesn't.
Yeah, no, that takes way too much energy out of anyone for to care. Like, if someone likes you or if someone perceives you a certain way, that's not helping you out really.
Yeah, I remember I saw this one friend, and they would change up their personality depending who we were with. And so, like, I would call them out on it all the time. I'd be like, "Yeah, I didn't know you're like that," or some shit like that. I'm like, "Oh, dang, you didn't say that last week." And they get mad at me. They're like, "Why you do?" I was like, "Because you didn't." Like, straight up. Like,
I know some people like
I remember I asked one of my friends, I was like, "Hey, do you want to go to the show with me?" And, like, I think it was the Chance the Rapper concert.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, "Nah, I don't really want to go." And this was like when they first announced it, like however long ago that was. It was like 3 years ago. But it's like, and then like a month later, they're like, "I think I might go to the church." I was like, "What the fuck?" He was like, "Yeah, well, blah, 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 blah." And I was like, "You remember me asking you, right?" Like, you'd never asked me. I was like, receipts.
Yeah.
Like, I asked you, you're like, "Oh, well, I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Like, this person wanted to go." And I was like, what the fuck?
Now you want to switch up.
Yeah, now you want to change up, man. Like, what the fuck is that? Dude?
Sheesh.
And to me, like, those are the type of people, like I said, like, it comes down to the whole, like, this is why I brought up those three things earlier, which was communication, relationships, and what was the other one? Fuck. Crap.
I thought it was two.
No, there's three.
Communication.
That's why I said there was a triangle. I had this all thought out in my head, too. Because I said the communication, people communicate the way they communicate, because some people communicate the way they communicate because they base it off the relationship with someone, and the relationship is based off of like
their feelings,
this intention. Yeah.
Oh.
No, but for you it is. It's based
Oh,
on
okay,
feeling.
okay.
But like I'm talking about other people. It's like our proximity, stuff like that. It's like it's not really it's not really about how they feel. It's about how the situation. That's what it was. Situation.
Okay.
It's based off situation. So what the fuck was I saying before that? Crap.
That people will their personality changed.
Yo, yeah, because I was talking about my friend
Yeah,
that
yep.
yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it kind of annoys me when people do that whole thing about like how their personality changes like that based on the person they're with.
Yeah.
And that's why I like hanging out with you. I like hanging out with most of the people in
Yeah.
in the Discord because like they're just them. And that's why I thought you probably like I was talking about earlier. Like you can really, well, you could, but it's just like a concept you haven't thought about, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
Like why people do this stuff and that stuff.
Yeah.
Because like you are just you, and you even think that even like me, like I would think like everyone's gonna be like that.
Mm-hmm.
They're not. It's
yeah,
weird.
it's real tough.
It's such a weird shit. And there's people like, why do you even fucking think about that? I was like, because I meet these fucking people every day. That's why. Like if I didn't meet these people every day, then I'll be good. I wouldn't have to fucking think about that. But then then I have that other thing where it's like people like hate on me because they're like, oh, why don't you want new friends? Like you're not trying to find new fucking friends all the time. I was like, people are fucking exhausting, dude. Like, you know.
Yeah, trying to keep up with
Yeah,
everybody you meet, every
tiring,
relationship.
Dude.
Yeah, keeping up with most of social media is actually kind of tough too.
Yeah, that's why I deleted all my
So,
social
that's why I
media.
don't barely post anything. But I mean, dang, I just had a thought. I just lost
see,
it.
it just comes and goes, man. That's all you gotta say them sometimes. You just gotta pop off. That's why I be fine. Like I'm like pop, and I guess it's like because if I don't say it, I'm gonna forget.
Yeah.
Because I don't write any of this stuff down. I literally give you 5 words to think about. Like that's it. Like
Yeah.
And honestly, I didn't even think about that. That's why I was like, I got it. I'm done. See what I'm saying?
I think a lot of people's personalities comes off who they hang out with, and like maybe not given enough space or situations to develop their own personality.
See, that's actually a really smart thing too. Like what you just said, like because I thought about that too.
Because I mean, yeah, your experiences mold you. Well, from for the most part.
Yeah,
exactly. And if they don't go through enough experiences or have enough experience with different people, they will never have like that personality development that like a lot of our friends have. We have our own distinct way of thinking, way of talking, way of interacting with each other. I mean, and that's just us communicating, being friends.
Yeah. See, like I like how you said that. Would you say you said the experiences mold you, and that people, their personalities come out with like from who they hang out with?
Yeah.
See, a lot of that for me, it's like that's true. You're right, absolutely right. A lot of that from my eyes is like the intentions. It's the why.
Okay, yeah.
Why I am podcast. See what I'm saying? It's like that's why I chose why out of everything. It's like it doesn't make any sense. Why? That's why it took a long time for me to figure out what I'm saying because it doesn't roll off the tongue naturally. It's like why I am. It's like, why do you hang out with this person? Why do you? Why don't they, like you said, give themselves space enough to develop their own personality? Why do we do these stupid jokes? Like these, between our friends. Why do we do all that shit? I mean, most of that for us. Yeah, most of our friends is literally just because it's hilarious. But that's the whole point of the getting people on here. It's literally just to think about that stuff. It's like I never expect answers from people. Most of the people do. But I don't really give. Not that I don't care.
Yeah,
it's just like that's more for them than it is for me. It's literally just we're just here to just.
Yeah, you trying to get the gears grinded.
Yeah, I'm trying to get you to grind them gears.
Come back with some answers.
Not even that. Maybe come back with just some thoughts. That's all it is. Like I don't really need answers. I have my own answers. Everyone has their own answers. I always believe that too. Like everyone knows what the fuck they're gonna do. This is why it's so funny when people come to me for advice. I'm like, you already know what the hell you're gonna do. I don't know why you're coming to me. And then if they know me enough, they come to me enough, or whatever, we're friends. I'll be like, then again, I don't know why you're coming to me because you know what I'm going to say. Because I'm pretty consistent with who I am.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
like what I think about stuff. And like, it's so funny because then people that are like, no, I don't know what to do, tell them what to do. I never really tell them what to do. I just like make them think about it.
Yeah.
They choose something to do.
You can
And they'll
only
be like,
point them in the direction.
Yeah.
You can't make them walk.
What's so funny is when you point to them, they'll be like, yeah, I think I'm just going to do it that way. And then when they call you next, yeah, I couldn't do it, man. Like, what? Yeah, we got back together.
You just wasted my time.
Yeah, I was like, God damn, like, I even let you do the work. I was like, you're not letting me down. You're letting yourself down because you did all the work. You thought it out, dude.
Yeah.
You didn't do the shit you're going to say.
That's facts. That's facts.
But it's insane.
I'd say I'm guilty for that. I'll ask people for advice all the time. But if I take it or not, it's really like a 50-50.
See, my thing is like, what I tell people when I give advice now, it's like I always tell them, like, do you want to know what I think?
Mm-hmm.
Just straight up. They were like, well, I thought this was no, I'm asking you straight up, like, do you want to know what I think? And they're like, yeah. Well, I think you're stupid. Like, I've been doing that shit, like, straight up. And it's like, why? Because this, and this, and this. Yeah, I can see that, but I want to do this. Well, then that's all that matters. You want to do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then go do that. Don't.
Big
I mean,
facts.
you can come to me for help, but I'm going to tell you what I think. That's the payment for you coming to me for help.
Yeah, I mean, people need that though. They need that straightforward honesty, the brute honesty. Without that, they're just going to want to be babied, stuff like that. People are going to lie to them, steer them in the wrong direction, or steer them in a direction they don't want to be steered in.
And those are the people that you said before is like they don't have that room to grow. They don't have that room to expand on their own mind for themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Those people that do give them that honesty and not even honesty in situation, but honesty in what they think, that gives them the opportunity to do all that stuff, to expand their mind, for them to grow their personality a bit. And the thing is, like, a lot of people nowadays, I see that more in guys and girls, but they're hella supportive in a way where it's like, yeah, man, you can do that. Like, or they just show, like, I don't really care. You can do whatever you want type of thing, instead of actually saying what's on their mind. Unless they don't care is what's really... See, I don't take that lightly anymore. When people, like, when I explain something, but like, I don't care, do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I don't really take that lightly anymore.
Okay.
I kind of take that and like, well, it's cool you don't care. If that's all you're saying to me is you don't care, it's like, why are we even...
That's I mean, I'll say that after I give advice. But I don't know, man. That's just me.
But that's a fail-safe. That's a fail-safe.
That's just me, man. I don't know.
That's a fail-safe. But you know what I mean? Like, it's just like, what was I going on? I got stuck with I don't care. That's why I kept saying it. It's like, it's just weird that some people are so supportive, because this comes back to the whole how you communicate based on your relationship thing.
Mm-hmm.
So some people are so supportive because that's their friend, to the point where they think loyalty in the way is like to support whatever that guy's going through.
Oh yeah.
See what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, bump that.
Yeah,
Me,
nah. Like,
we all live that life.
I love honesty. It's like, that's where personality comes out, is through that honesty.
Yeah, that's where I learned. I'm used to doing something wrong, getting hit for it, doing something wrong, getting scolded.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just how I learn. I know other people are different. Like, let's get an instance. Well, I guess at work, if I mess up, okay, yeah, my manager will be like, hey, dumbass, do this. And I'm like, okay. Then I'll go to the back, pump out some push-ups or something. do something so I know, get it instilled into my mind.
That's smart, though. That's actually really smart to do. Probably should do some shit like that.
Yeah. I mean, that's just how I've learned how to learn.
That's like a genius, though.
If no one's gonna tell me I'm doing wrong, I'm not gonna know to not stop doing it. And
but then, like,
if they're just like, "Hey, you don't want to do this," I'm like, "Okay," and make it not seem like it's a bad thing. If it really is a bad thing, then I need that extra reinforcement.
Right.
That's an actual bad thing.
But that's cool, because you're like taking your own energy to learn it instead of just being told and then doing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually, see, this is smart that you know that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like, you're that self-aware yourself, and this is why we're talking about stuff like this, even though it seems like we're jumbling everywhere. We're not really. We're all still talking about the same thing. Like with the whole relationship communication thing, we're still talking about the same thing.
Yeah, no, I got you.
It's like
we've been talking about the same for 5 hours now.
Yeah, it's like I feel like people aren't that self-aware. Like they'd rather be told what the personality is and just be like, yeah, that's me, and then go with that.
Yeah.
And that's the why. That's the why I am. It's usually the personality and how they think. And see that?
Yeah.
See, like it looks like I'm spider webbing, but I'm not. I'm just really all in the same shit that I'm talking about. It's just so weird. That's why, like, it's so interesting how people get these interests and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like,
So how do you feel about like horoscopes and stuff? Like
horoscopes? I mean, I think it's interesting because not necessarily that they're accurate, but because sometimes they are accurate. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
it's just interesting that they can come up with these. Well, sometimes they're like fortune, sometimes they're like.
Well, maybe not horoscopes. I should have said that wrong. How do you feel about like zodiac signs, like giving people specific personalities? Like all Tauruses are the same, and then like all Capricorns, Geminis are all the same.
I mean, I don't know about that, man. For real, I don't like because sometimes I'll be like, "You're a natural leader," and I'm like, I don't think so. I don't know about that.
Yeah.
But it is interesting. Not that they're, like I said, not that they're accurate with what their statement is, but the fact that they can try and pull this personality based off of their zodiac.
Yeah.
So it's like, who's making that decision? You know what I mean? Like
the stars,
right? Like
the stars.
Who's interpreting it? Like
it's funny because I mean, I didn't really like keep up with zodiac signs like that for real. But then I watched a video on it, and it was talking about Taurus, and it was like, yeah, Taurus, one of their biggest downfalls is they're super stubborn, and they keep to their own ways. They don't really like want to stray different, try different things out. And I'm like, that sounds like me, low key, because I am stubborn. Definitely don't like being with the crowd. Like I'll do something. If everyone's going left, I'll go right just because everyone else is left.
I never thought of you as stubborn, actually.
No, I can be stubborn.
No,
sure.
I thought of you as like explorative. Like you explore.
Oh yeah, I mean I'm definitely open for new things, but it's the fact like, okay, maybe if I'm trying to decide where I want to eat, I know exactly where I don't want to eat, and like if it has anything kind of to do with it, I don't like mess with it. It's hard to explain.
I guess. Do we stubborn people just go not that they go against things, but they do it with intent.
Okay.
Like you said, you're really specific, which is totally fine. Honestly, if like let's say you're a girl, I would like that a lot. Like be hella fucking specific. Tell me what to do. Like not like that.
Yeah.
Like, maybe people. I don't want to say girls, but people aren't like that.
Yeah.
But I never saw you as stubborn. Like I said, stubborn is just like literally just being combative, just to be combative.
Oh yeah, I do that a lot.
The ASMR, I do that a lot. But,
yeah, no, definitely in Discord too. When someone's talking, like when Dex talks, I love going against whatever Dex has to say. Even if I don't agree with it, I'm just like, yo, Dex, nah, it's not how it is. Just because he'll come back, he'll start saying some stuff.
Like, what are you talking about, Ralph? They said this.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun. It livens some stuff up. I'll debate just to be a debate. I'm a masturbator.
That's my I can see Jake watching this right now. He's like, man, get this guy out of here, yeah.
No, I am Jake. What you mean?
Yeah, you're right. But you were saying like you watched that video and it like you started following it after that?
Not necessarily following it. It's more of I saw traits, not exactly what they were saying. I saw traits that they were explaining. Like I was able to connect with them or say
Right.
I have those traits or I can relate to those things.
Right.
And then I just cut it off after tours were done.
What about like when they get into like rising and shit like that? Like I don't know what they call it.
Okay, so I just started like getting into all that, and then it kind of makes more sense. Like, you should download the app, the CoStar app.
Yeah, I know what app you're talking
Yeah, that I mean, the way I use it, I'll use it as like maybe a guideline. Like, if it's real accurate with some stuff, sometimes it's totally offlines. But I started doing yoga too. So like,
okay, that's pretty good.
and then the day actually started, the co-star was like, "You're trying new things in spirituality and like physicality. Don't be afraid to add emotions to your daily routine or something like that."
Right.
And I was like, "Okay, I can see that. So let me start trying that and see if it helps."
I mean, to me, it's like
so-
as long as that helps you. Like,
Yeah, exactly. That's basically what it is.
I mean, I can't say shit. I believe in fortune cookies, but not necessarily believe. But like, I get like I used to have this. I have it somewhere. It's
The
probably in my.
paper and the waffle
Yeah.
cone.
It's probably in my safe, but it's like a stack this big of just fortunes.
That sounds
from
like
fortune
Joe.
cookies. Yeah, like
That's what's up.
Yeah, I don't know why.
That's
It's
not
just-
what's up, but
it's just nice words. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
no, I love Dove chocolate. You ever read those rappers?
Like, no.
Yo, they're amazing. They're like, yo, you need a hug.
Dang, like, you're right. You're right.
I love you, Dove. Yo, Dove chocolate's it.
I need to give me some dumb chocolate.
I'm gonna buy you a pack, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna have a stack of thin ass tinfoil.
I'm like, I don't even like the chocolate.
Yeah.
I like the words.
Yeah, it's gone.
You get Sobe bottles
Give me
too.
those words. Oh, the little cap, bro. That brought it back. I haven't seen a Sobe bottle in
I
years.
know, right?
Do they still have Sobeys?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I might have to get the gas
I think
station.
they're
after
by
this just to
Pepsi.
see.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Sobeys the bomb.
Yeah, it's like drinking Damatap. Like,
Yeah, the pink one.
yeah.
Dank as I don't know what.
I don't even know what flavor it was. I just knew it was pink.
That pink flavor, yeah. That's the only one I had, to be honest. I think
Yeah.
I had red at one point, but like not by choice.
I don't even remember, man. It was. I remember I used to drink the white ones, but that was like.
Yeah, I remember trying that.
I don't even remember what flavor it was. Like a coconut thing. I don't even know. Fucking like.
Oh, Sobeys.
Oh man. But the reason I was talking about like quotes and stuff, like especially since you were talking about like the astrology and stuff like
Mhm.
that. It's like I saw a quote on Twitter where it said something along the lines of like find what you love and then let it kill you.
Yeah,
Like I thought that was really interesting.
Hmm.
Like because like
that can mean so many different things.
yeah, that's exactly why. Not even because it means one thing, but because it's like you could bring that to a hobby. You can bring that to a relationship. You can bring that to
yeah.
work. You can bring that to wherever.
Bringing it drugs.
Yeah, you can bring it to drugs.
It's
Like kill
bad.
you.
Yeah, that's
It's
bad.
pretty easy.
That's bad.
But I just thought it was interesting because, like you said, like it can mean everything. And then I started like thinking about it literally for everything I do, like
Hmm.
my friends. And it's interesting because, like, about like a year ago, I started getting on this thing where it's like I need friends who care. I don't
Mhm.
really need friends to hang out with anymore.
Yeah, that's just there.
Yeah, it's kind
Just
of boring.
exist with you.
Yeah. It's like you have no purpose.
Yeah,
Which is kind of
Mhm.
fucked up to say to someone. But it's like in relationship wise, it's like you have no purpose. Like
Yeah.
I can just let you go do your thing, and I won't have to worry about you anymore, and you don't have to worry about me.
Yeah, I feel like growing up, I had a lot of friends like that. Like I would hang around them because I was like on the same sports team as them.
Right?
Not necessarily they cared about me, which I was too dumb to realize.
Right.
And then, I mean, yeah, I knew a lot of people growing up, but never really had like solid friends. All my friends that I had definitely moved away. So then I met Ian and Julian, Morley Ian, mostly, I say Morley, mostly Ian just because it's funny, he's actually a friend, cared about me a lot. Yeah.
See how good I am. See how I
Yeah,
preface it. This I don't even know that's a word, but see how I
It is
prefaced.
today.
I prefaced
Yeah.
this whole conversation with the whole thing about me talking about intention, like situations in
Mhm.
life. People will be friends
Yep.
in situations.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
And what did you just say?
I just
It's like a lot. You
had
would hang out
friends
with
because-
people that you would just hang out with because you're on the same sport. That's
Mhm.
exactly what I'm talking about. See how good I am?
Mhm.
Like it seems random at first, but it's not.
It is. I mean, and I was a lot younger too, so I was
Yeah. But I mean, I don't mean like nowadays.
ignorant to the fact.
It's just interesting to look back on it because a lot of people don't look back on it. People
Yeah.
just think like, oh, I found the friends I was supposed to have. It's like, no, that's not really what happened. It's like you kind of changed your thinking more and started to see what you want to see, like what kind of qualities you want to find in people.
Hmm.
And not even like people think like you only do that towards people you're trying to go out with. And I'm like, that's not even a thing.
Yeah.
Like I do that to my mom. Like, are you the mom that I want to have? You know what I mean?
Oh, crap.
But
Crap.
it's true though. Like she
Uh-huh.
is though. And, you know what I mean? Like not only because I had to live with her, you see a lot of people who don't like their moms and parents and
Mhm.
whatever. It's like no, because I did that. It's kind of messed up to say that, but I had looked into my own mom and her personality and see if it's something I actually agree with or something I just like accustomed to, and that's
Yeah.
why I agree with it.
I bet she was doing the same thing about you.
Oh, I
She
bet the
was
whole
like-
fucking time she doing right now.
Like, you
This motherfucker.
got 2 days.
I didn't go to college because of you. But yeah, and like that's what I keep telling people. Like literally every podcast, I tell people that it's like you kind of got to start doing that because there's a lot of people who don't,
Hmm.
and this is why they end up in these sticky fucking situations
Yeah.
because they don't want to cause drama, but it's not causing drama. It's literally just like, how do we get through this shit faster?
Yeah, I'm still at the phase where I don't know what I don't like in people.
That's fair.
As far as I'll accept everybody until given a reason not to.
That's fair though.
Yeah, I mean, and then I don't know, kind of.
It's not really about reaching a certain level of interest and insight, but like
Hmm.
it's more like knowing where you're at.
Yeah. I mean, it's good to have connections too with people.
Yeah.
It's nice to see friendly faces around.
Yeah, I guess. We just talking shit, mad shit in Discord all the time. That's all I'm used to. It's funny as shit.
Damn right.
Yeah, but I mean, that kind of ends my whole TED talk. That's what I've been trying to talk about the whole time. I know it. Like I said, I know it seems jumbled, but it's all there. It literally comes back to everything we talk about,
Hmm.
like how this and this and this.
Yeah. I definitely could have interrupted and started talking about some stuff we were talking about before, but it's gone now. I can't
My bad.
can't bring it back. Nah, that's not your fault. It's my fault. I have confidence issues.
No, I really don't think you do. I think you have this. Well, maybe you do, but like I see it more in a way as not really like you're not confident what you're gonna say. It's more like you don't want to interrupt people. Like it's with respect to other people, not with lack of judgment on your end.
That might be it. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. See.
Yeah, maybe.
Anyways, like so. You watched the podcast. I'm pretty sure you don't watch the end though. So the last thing we always do is biggest life lesson you've learned and the best advice you could give. It might be the same thing. I don't know.
Okay. Biggest life lesson. Easy. The people that have your best intention in mind aren't always the best for you.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's both. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh wait, yeah. Well, best advice I could give to anyone.
Yeah, generally.
Don't be afraid to try something new.
Yeah,
As far as whatever you want to take it.
try to do Popeye's chicken sandwich.
Hell yeah, try that. Let me try it too. Again, we all good.
Oh, that was pretty fun. I know you were nervous in the beginning.
Yeah, and if I sound weird on the podcast, I'm sorry. I
No,
feel like
it's all
my
good.
throat's kind of hoarse. I've been sleeping all day.
No, you're good. We'll have you on again. Like I said, that's why I started talking more, so that way you could see not what we're going to talk about, but how to talk about something.
Yeah. Okay. Bet.
I mean, you'll be on again. We'll bring you on with Jake secretly.
Yes, secretly. I told him when he comes in, there's gonna be two chairs set up on one side, and then that's when I come in.
Yeah. You're the first person on the new set, so it's great. It's really cool. So, this has been the YM podcast with our guest, Ralph. He's Jake, but...
I'm Jake. Follow me at Canthandlemoore. All one word, no caps.
There you go.
No spaces.
We'll put that in the link.
Here.
And I'm Day One Reg. And any closing remarks?
Nope.
All right. Well, that's it. Thanks for listening.